Welcome to Steve's Place, Sunday, 6 p.m., 2nd of November. This year has really gone fast. Anyway, before we get started with our guest, I'd like to remind everyone, if you go to our website, you can still, by clicking on this image here, get the video on demand of this year's conference. We also have video on demand of last year's conference, and we have DVDs of all of this. So if you get a chance, you might want to order DVDs. Give me a call, 520-252-0374. This is my cell phone number, and we can get you set up. We're still having a big sale, $100 off the list price. And I may be doing a deeper sale next week. So anyway, give me a call, 520-252-0374 if you'd like to get our DVDs. We can sure use the business, and it helps us set the stage for next year. In the meantime, I want to remind everyone we do have a YouTube channel, and to get there, just go to our website, teslatech.info, and in the yellow box you have our Teslatech channel. Takes you right to the channel. You can subscribe. Subscriptions are free, and we have like over 1,000 videos available, and on demand. And if you know what you're looking for, you can go to our conference directory and bring up the conference you're looking at. It has all the DVDs in that conference listed. Or you go to the speaker directory, and if you click on a speaker, it will bring up the videos for that speaker, And, because some of our speakers have 10, 20 videos, because they've been talking for a long time. Okay? And, but most important of all is our membership. If you get an exclusive membership, it's $9.99 per month. We have over 1,500 videos available, and you can see them all. And if we do have an occasional video that gets deleted or banned from YouTube, don't forget, we do have that video available as a DVD. And we're going to go back and revisit some of those banned videos and see if the community guidelines are the same, or if they've changed with the new administration. Anyway, it's global access 24/7, a great way to have access to all the DVDs we have, and 24/7 without having to store them on a shelf or anything. And so, like I said, we really appreciate it. And don't forget, next year we're going to be having a conference in August. I don't have the exact dates right now because there's a competition going on with the hotels, and if I change the dates by a week, I could probably get a better deal at one of them. So we'll see what their better deal is, and then in the meantime, just mark your calendar for that period. And I want to remind everyone too, if you like our show tonight and the stuff we have, be sure you hit that thumbs up button on the YouTube channel there, and let people know. And so, without further ado, I'm going to take okay, here's Micha. Good to see you, Micha. Thank you for coming tonight.
Thank you for having me. I'm very appreciative of the opportunity to share.
Could you give us a quick bio about where you're from and what you do?
Sure. I was born in Jerusalem, and since my very early childhood, I showed an affinity to mechanical things, how things work. My grandpa was an electrician, so he brought me a small old radio with the tubes and gave me a tiny screwdriver, And as a baby who could only barely sit, I unscrewed all the little screws with a lot of patience. And then my mother got scared that I would swallow the screws, so she took everything away from me. So my father had a big metal tubes, and I worked with him, helped him since my childhood. And I became an engineer, and then I studied electrical engineering, and I started to understand in chemistry also during my career. But through all the time, since my childhood, I didn't like to suffer pain. So I said to myself, I better be healthy so I will not suffer pain. And this is like the backdrop. You may laugh, but this is the backdrop of what pushed me to learn everything I could, how to stay healthy. And this led me to finding many natural, old school remedies, which we know that they are still working and they are the best without side effects. And I was fortunate to have a nutritional doctor, an ND. I think he was one of the best in the whole world. He passed away, so I was kind of his student. And so today I am an inventor. I invented a whole line of skincare. It started with the deodorant that is a award-winning, world-class, that is so healthy that it can be edible, and everything there is healthy and makes me even healthier. So this is how I started my skincare, which came from a lot of research about health, only natural health. So all of my products are edible to show you that they are really safe and healthy for the body. And I'm also an engineer, and I build the best hydrogen machines for breathing and drinking, and healing machines with the information that I studied about Tesla. So this is my life. I like doing it. I'm happy to share my knowledge, and here I am.
Okay, well, let's get you started. With your messages from your skin, and I'm sure there's a lot of people, including myself, are real interested in this stuff. And thank you for being here. So
Thank
go
you.
ahead.
You're welcome. Happy to do it. So I wanted to share with you, within the short time that we have together, a lot of information. Maybe it's condensed, but you can always go back and watch the video, because I want to give you a lot of things that you may have never heard about, so you can go back and widen your research and knowledge about what we all want to have, our health. You know, our health is our wealth. So a very good way to start to understand what's going on in the body is to look outside of the body at the biggest organ. And this is the subject of our talk tonight. And there will be a Q&A later or during, but I will answer it later. So I want us to learn how to read what our skin is telling us, decode, interpret, and respond, do the right thing to our biggest organ. So now, this is our first slide. Since our body is the biggest organ, it is the biggest messenger. And this is designed that way in order to tell us, like lights in a junction, what's going on, but much more than that. Before we dive into all the material, I want to tell you something that you may not know. The body is designed in such an ingenious way that it always wants to stay as clean as it can from toxins and anything that does not belong in a healthy body. And we cannot stop that. The body will only stop trying to do that if it thinks that it's going to die. Then it shuts down everything and start gradually to cross. But as long as the body thinks that it's going to live, no matter what, it will do anything it can to cleanse, meaning pushing out any way it can anything that doesn't belong in a healthy body. So bear in mind that this is the background of everything that we are going to talk about, and it will make sense as we go on. So our skin, if we know how to read it, it tells us about missing nutrients, about toxicity, inflammation, energy level. You know, if we are tired, our skin also can tell it. Our skin tells you, and I'm sure you know, if some food is not good for it, you know, allergies and stuff like that. And it's like an early warning because it's still kind of outside of the body, but it's part of the body, but it's outside. So it's like telling us, hey, you better know what's going on and maybe take care of it before it goes in, and then it will be more serious. And of course, the skin shows how clean we are from the inside as well, because the in and out are connected to each other. So there are many things that our skin tells us, and I think we want to know and to work with the body, with the skin, to live a better, longer life. And as you can see here, you see the internal organs of the body, and they are sending signals to the skin. You see, every organ, because everything is connected to everything. So by knowing how to better read what our skin is showing us, we will also have a better picture of what's going on inside the body, inside the organs. So this is, I think, worth knowing this information. So how do we decode signals? We first have to observe the color of the skin, the texture, the temperature, if the skin is dry or wet, puffiness. And then we have the speed and intensity, meaning if we see that the skin is worsening very quickly, that tells us that we better give it an urgent care. So that the pace of how things are escalating can tell us a lot about what's going on. The location also matter. You know, if it's the eyes, you want to be able to see, so you have to take very quick care of what's going on. And then the head, the scalp, the torso, the limbs. So it has to do with where things are to give us some knowledge about what to do and how quick we have to respond. So how do we use our skin as a detection mechanism? Our skin has sensors, and it knows very well if something is good for it or it's bad. For example, if we take a leaf of a plant, okay, and we just rub it on the arm or on the inside of the elbow where the skin is very sensitive, or behind the ear, and we wait 10 to 15 minutes, if the body doesn't like that leaf or what's in it, if there are any toxins or poisons, the body will start to show us. It will react to that place that we rubbed that plant or leaf or berry or fruit or anything actually, and we will know by the reaction of the skin as a detector if this is good for us or not. So please remember that, because this is can be a lifesaver sometimes if you don't have any other way to detect if some food that you may find in the forest, I don't know where, even animals, meat, anything, you can check it by rubbing it on the skin first, see what happens. If it's not getting red or showing an allergic reaction, then you touch your lips, because the skin on the lips is very much more sensitive, and you wait another 10 minutes. And if everything is okay, you can eat it. You can survive sometimes. So it's good to know to use your skin, different parts of the skin, as a detection if something is good for you or not. The body knows best. So what are the signals that we usually see? We can feel an itch, sting, heat, flash, it turns kind of red, it can burn. These are immediate warnings that this is bad. We should not put it in our system. And before we move on, I want you to remember that all allergic reactions are actually triggers for the body to cleanse. Remember, we said that the body wants to cleanse itself all the time. So if the body has a lot of toxins, it may still keep them and not do any cleansing operation, but sometimes the food that we eat, like people that are allergic to peanuts, right? They eat peanuts, the whole thing blows. This is a trigger. The peanuts are the trigger for the body to start cleansing operation to push stuff out. And if you know, in any disease or allergic reaction, something comes out of the body. It can be sweat, mucus, whatever. The skin sheds layers. The skin is pushing out stuff that it wants to be cleaned from. So it is very wise system, because as life goes by, the body wants to get help to do this cleansing. So the body can use anything we eat, anything we touch, anything we smell, to start a cleansing operation, which is better for us. It's not convenient. It's always uncomfortable when the body is cleansing. It's always uncomfortable. But if we want to be healthy in a world that is full of toxins, on an average, we may have 3 days a month that we feel kind of under the radar, under the weather, when the body is detoxing in a higher pace, and then it's more cleaner, and then we can go the rest of the month, more or less, give or take, until the next cleansing operation. So we have to get friendly with the cleansing operation, because this is how we can stay healthy. The more we accumulate, the more toxins we accumulate, the faster we are dying. And the nature and whoever designed this body made a marvelous design, as we will see when we go on. So let's say here, what do we do when we get what we call allergic reaction? If it's burning, we can use vinegar or lemon juice. I don't know if you know, but this stops the burning. It's always good to rinse and to neutralize with something. Most of the poisons in plants have oils. in them, and the oil starts to penetrate into the skin and is causing the reaction, because the body said, I don't want this. This is not good for me. So if we want to get rid of the toxins, which is oil based, we have to wash it with the soap and water, because the soap will dissolve the oil of the toxin, and it will stop, be a big issue, will subside and calm. So we have to neutralize it, rinse and neutralize, then cool it, maybe to put something to calm, like aloe vera or zinc or many other salves that we can use. And here are the common triggers. What can start an allergic reaction? It can be soaps, meaning the chemicals in the soaps. Foods, as you may know, some foods are a huge trigger. Plants, spices, fruits, mushrooms, even metals. Some people touch some metals and you can see a reaction within a very short time. And here are most of the common signs of these reactions. You see here, somebody put something to check. He rubbed whatever on the inside of the elbow. This is very sensitive skin, and it reacts very quickly. Here you see a bigger area. Here you see on the mouth and lips and tongue, and here is on the hands. You will, I'm sure you've seen many of these phenomena, but now you know that they are an allergic reaction, which is a trigger for the body to push something out. So the body doesn't like what was rubbed into it. So the body is like, I don't want it. I don't want it. I'm going to manufacture an inflammation. And you know what happens in inflammation? A lot of liquids, a lot of blood, hence the red color, because more blood is coming to the area. So a small cleansing operation starts here to push whatever that is rubbed here into the skin out. This is why it's always red, because more blood, more liquids, more plasma are coming to like an emergency crew, like an ambulance comes and immediately starts to do what it needs to do. Let's talk about acne and clogged pores. As you know, the skin has many pores. Most of the pores are where the hairs are coming out from the skin. So these holes or mini pores that the hair is coming out can be clogged. Why? Because there is compound that called sebum. This is what the body secretes when it sweats. So all the sweat glands are secreting this liquid, this special mix of oils and other things through the hole that the hair is residing in. So you see, it goes through the hole, and if we don't clean the skin, you see here these bumps. These are full of this sebum, and if we don't clean them in quickly enough, they will get hard. They will harden and clogged. They will clog the hole, and then the hole will become bigger and bigger and bigger. I don't know if you can see here. This is showing, you see these dots here? I hope you can see them. There are little dots. These are actually bigger holes, and in each hole there should be a tiny, maybe microscopic hair. And through these holes, this sebum is secreted. So we have to, if everyone, men, women, kids, if we see that we have a lot of secretion of this sebum, we have to maintain the cleanliness of the skin So the pores will stay small. Here you see that the pores got smaller, and you don't see these dots. Each dot is a hole with a hair in it. Here you can see also acne and the clogged pores. And so acne can have a few stages. It can have clogged pores that are starting an inflammation. The body starts inflammation to push them out. Remember, this is what the body wants to do. You cannot stop it. So if this lady in this illustration didn't clean enough her forehead, so many pores are clogged, and the red spots are the beginning of a cleansing operation, which doesn't look nice, and it's not comfortable, and it can be itchy and whatnot. And if everything is clean enough, I'm not saying completely clean, but clean enough, you see a nice texture of the skin, and you don't have these issues like we see here and here. Here, if you look closely, you can see that this woman had issues, and they're almost gone. There is very slight pinkish color here and here. So she did the right thing. She kept her pores unclogged, and the skin got much better. It looks much nicer. So I developed, just so you know, 2 products for acne, and I have it on my website. It's called the MG for MG, short for magnesium, MG Clear. This is especially for acne. What it does, it speeds the cleansing operation, helps the body, all the pores to push out everything that they want to push out, and it shrinks the pore size, so it looks the skin looks very smooth, less red, less swelling. So if you want to try it, just know that it's on my website. And then I have another liquid that's called My Clear Skin, which is good for almost any skin issue that we will talk about. So why do the skin behave like that? Here you see skin issues here on the baby's cheek, here on the finger. Why? Because the body wants to shed all the foreign material, all the foreign toxins that the body doesn't want them inside. So it is built in a way, the skin is built in a way that it starts to shed, to produce flakes, like roof shingles, that when they are shed, when the scales are shed, a lot of the toxins are in them. So the body is doing it on purpose, producing this scaled texture on the skin, so the toxins will shed and leave the body faster. We don't like it. It's itchy. It doesn't look nice. It's embarrassing. But this is a very interesting way of the body to get rid of the toxins quickly, by just shedding them as quickly as it can. So we will learn in this presentation how to deal with the situation, to help the body do what it wants to do, but to calm down things, so it will not be so hard on us and on our skin. So when we see redness, cracking, dry patches, this is the reason why. The dry patch that the skin makes is designed to fall off as quickly as possible. Then the body is cleaner and cleaner. So what can we do naturally everything I talk about is natural healing. We can do the cleansing. If there are flakes that are almost falling, we can gently let them fall to not to be next to the skin anymore. We can use natural anti-parasites, which will we talk about soon. And we can calm the skin. We can use skin calming compounds, creams, salves, oils. And the quicker we learn to identify triggers, what causes our skin to behave like that, it will help us to look nicer and to live a better life without scratching and itching and suffer all the time. So we have to learn how our skin operates. It depends on our diet, skin type, texture, weather, climate, stress, many factors. And we have to learn how to maintain our skin, a daily maintenance or whatever, to protect from these toxins to accumulate and to inhibit these triggers that are causing all of these things that we don't like to have. Okay, here is one of the most important pieces of information that I think we need to know. On our skin, there is a group of fungi that's called Malassezia. We all have it. When we are born and we go through the birth canal is full of this Malassezia family of fungi, and it's coating us, I mean the baby, the born baby, in order to protect him. So once we are born, that's it. We have it in our skin forever, for life. And then we have the candida, which is another thing. It's a yeast that can turn to become a fungus. This is a real monster. But let's talk about Malassezia first. So we are covered with Malassezia. And where do the Malassezia resides? This is a close-up magnification of the hair and the part of the skin. It can be a scalp or any place of the body that has hair. Remember, there is the pore, and through the pore there is this sebum. And guess what? Malassezia is the only family of fungus that feeds on these oils and the liquids and the sweat that comes out of the skin. So these little bastards are residing here inside the pore of every hair. And this is where they get their food, because all the time when we sweat, more food is coming towards the surface of the skin, and even coats, you see the short distance from the skin to the hair, and they are eating all of that. They are the only fungus that eats fat, feeds on fat, because in the sweat there is also fat. Not only, it's also water and other things, but they like the fat. They don't eat sugar, these Malassezia, only fat. So the more we have oily skin, the more they have to eat. And the more they eat, the more they thrive. So if you noticed here, you see there is a lot of fungus activity here. You see here, and look where it is, where there is a lot of hair, a lot of hair. Why they are more there? Because when on other skin surfaces, the hair is very small and the pores are very small, and we wash these areas much better. So there is less of this fungus on the smooth, so-called smooth area. They also have tiny micro hairs, but not like on the head and on other areas that have more hair. And if you will notice, many people who suffer from what we call dandruff or scales, they suffer mostly in area that have hair. And now you know why, because this Malassezia bunch hiding here, feeding here, and they will never leave us. So what we need to do is to learn what they do and to clean enough the skin that it will look like this. Yes, there is skin. We know that there are pores with some sebum inside, but not outside. It's clean versus this. Compare this photo with this photo, see? So when they eat and they thrive, the body knows, and the body doesn't want them. So what does the body do? The body produces these scales. Remember the shingles, to get rid of them. So every scale has many of these fungi on it. So the body is happy when every piece of skin or dry skin or scale is falling off. For the body, it's a win. He got rid of some of them, of this Malassezia. So remember, the more you know how to live with it, the better your life will be. And we will talk soon why this is even happening. I mean, we can say that it's a punishment, but actually it's not, as you will understand the bigger picture. So Malassezia feed on the skin, on the skin oils, in the sebum. It resides inside the hair follicles. So we have to know that and to deal with it. On the skin, we have, like here, where there are micro hairs, we have the candida yeast, which is also inside the body. The Malassezia is only outside. The candida can be outside on the skin and inside the body. And this is very serious. If we don't know what to do with this can kill. This is cancer, actually. So on the skin, we are talking now on the skin. This lecture is about the skin. So we can see that the candida grows much more in damp, sweaty areas. And we can see skin-shaped marks like ringworms, like this, scaly patches like this, cracks when the skin gets dry, and persistent redness. Sometimes you see patches of redness, like rosacea, which is also the same thing. It's the beginning of an inflammatory reaction in order to push things out. In this case, is to push Malassezia and maybe other toxins because of toxic cosmetics that was applied on the skin, or the skin touched something that the body doesn't like. So what do we need to do? We need to look at nature and copy what the pine trees are doing. What are the pine trees doing? If you were near a pine tree, you know that on its trunk there is this sticky sap. Here you can see a close up. It's sticky, and it's keeps coming out from the tree, the trunk of the tree. Oh, sorry. And the pine tree is making it all the time. All the time. This comes out of the tree. Why does the pine tree do that? It costed the tree a lot of resources and effort to produce this gum or sap, or any way you want to call it. The tree is doing it in order to protect itself from any type of parasites and fungi. Fungi are also parasites, but they are not all the parasites. So parasites are attacking not only us, They are attacking everything because they are everywhere in nature. So if the tree or a plant will not protect itself, the parasites will break it down and kill it before its time. So the tree cannot go to Walgreens and buy something. It's in one place. So the tree has to make its own pharmacy. And this is what nature or the creator have found to be the best. So the trees, the pine trees and all the plants, or most of them, they produce these liquids that we call terpenes. And the terpenes are created for one reason only: to deter any attack of a parasite or a bug or something that even wants to eat the tree, like ants or beetles, whatever, because the taste is very unpleasant. And if anything touches this sap, a small bug or a fungi, it dies. These terpenes are dissolving and killing any type of fungus or any type of parasites, but they are not harming the tree. And guess what? They are not harming our body as well. And man observed nature and decided to copy nature. This is how the whole medicine world started to happen. So the pine trees that produce these terpenes to protect from any fungi and bugs attacks. And man learned how to extract these terpenes from pine trees and many other trees, but pine trees have a lot, so it's very cost effective to produce the terpenes from big logs of pine trees. And this is documented to be done for thousands of years, not only for health, because this is the best way to preserve wood. Hence, the tree is made of wood, and this is what a live tree is doing to protect itself. So guess what? People for thousands of years found a way how to make the pine trees drip into these little bowls. They make a cut in the trunk, not a big cut, like a wound, and the tree wants to heal that place, and it produces a lot of this sap of the terpenes in order to heal, to seal the area. And this is collected in these small bowls, and then they produce the turpentine from that. And also pine tar. See, pine and turpentine are pure, natural. They are made from pine trees, if they are 100% pure pine gum. And the people who used to build the boats from wood, the Vikings and all the big fleets of boats, they only used pine tar and turpentine, and then boiled linseed oil to protect the whole boat. And it never got moldy, it never rot in the water, in the sea. Nothing happens to wood, just like nature is doing it to the live trees. If you take these things and you coat the wood, it can live forever, as long as there's enough protection layer of the pine tar and turpentine. So this is known for many years. And the story of turpentine is very interesting, because until 1900, the company Merck of medicine, it's a pharmaceutical company. They are publishing thick books every 2 or 3 years, and in these books they have all the list of all diseases and all the pharmaceutical remedies how to treat these diseases. And until 1900, turpentine turpentine from pine trees was a cure, a general cure all disease. I mean, almost for everything they used turpentine. And then the Rockefeller family took control on the pharmaceutical company, and in 1901, it was the last year that turpentine appeared in any Merck book of medicine as something good. And then they started to tell us that this is bad and this is poison and we should never drink it and use it because we will die or something. But that's not the case, because the use of turpentine is documented for at least 6,000 years, since Babylon and even before. Men knew about these things and used them. I talked with the Native American Indians last year, and one of them told us that they are chewing on pine tree bark in order to get some turpentine, because they know that it's a very strong medicine against parasites and fungi. So if you use turpentine outside the body and inside the body, you will never have candida in an amount that can harm your life. So you need to know about these things, that nature has the medicine for anything that you may think of, that you may suffer from. So the story goes that this information was hidden until a wonderful divine doctor by the name of Jennifer Daniels rediscovered the secret, the lost knowledge about turpentine and how everybody used to take it, even kids, until about 125 years ago. And there was no cancer, there was nothing, no parasites. I mean, it was not an issue. And then the whole knowledge disappeared, was suppressed from us. And then she rediscovered it from her own patients, that they remember that their grandmother used to give them turpentine with sugar because it's nasty. It's not tasty, but it works. It's the best. You remember the movie Mary Poppins? The song there, a spoon of sugar makes the medicine go down. That was turpentine, but they didn't tell you that. They only told you about the spoon of sugar. So I want you just to know, this is real history. I'm telling you facts that you can check. You can go online, check about turpentine in the Merck book until the year 1901. It's all online. You can find all the information. And we are now dealing how to protect the skin from malassezia, candida, athlete's foot, and nail fungus. So know that there is something that God created. I'm not religious, but whoever created this place created this, and to protect all the living trees and plants. And we should copy what nature does, because nature is much wiser than any doctor or pharmaceutical company. So I hope you remember that, because this can save lives. Until the year 1900, every medical book, you can check it, had a full chapter of anti-parasitic treatment. Not only turpentine, many other plants and many other minerals and benevolent metals are known to kill parasites like colloidal silver, copper, even stainless steel. There are many, many things that we need to know, that if we want to keep the parasites at bay, we need to consume these things, to apply them on our skin, in our natural medications, and to consume them. So we will be helping our body to stay healthy within and without, and outside the skin. So here I want to share with you the strongest 5 essential oils that can really stop a lot of fungi, including that Malassezia family. There are about 13 different types of Malassezia, but they are more or less behave the same. And Candida, athlete foot, nail fungus. So guess what? Number one, the strongest is cinnamon. It's hard to believe, but when they um, produce the essential oils, actually they concentrate the plant. So every drop of the essential oil is 75 to 100 times stronger than the liquid of a plant that if you just juice it with your own hands. It's very concentrated. So I want you to know that natural medicine is much stronger than the Western medicine, much stronger. So what the pharmaceutical companies are doing for many years, they research nature. They know about all the goodies and the goodness of many plants, but they cannot patent a plant. This was created by the prime creator, right? So what they do, they learn how to extract something from the constituents of an essential oil, and they put it in a drug that they can patent and sell for huge profit. So in order for them to come up with something that is effective somewhat, they have to start from nature, and this is what they are doing. So I'm thinking, why not? Why do we need the middleman? Let's go straight to the source, to nature. Nature is much better, and if we know what to do, it can cost so much less to keep healthy without any side effects. Hence Chinese medicine, which is amazing as well. Everything that was in use of the pharmacy until like 150 years ago was perfect. Today, we can be happy that we have anesthesia. I mean, nobody wants to suffer pain. Me too. But when it comes to heal things and to treat the body and to help the body to stay healthy, there is no better than to go back to the source, back to nature. So going back to here, I want you to take it as the Bible, let's say, of essential oils. Number one, the strongest cinnamon. Then we have the oregano. And then the lemongrass, which smells great, but who knew that it's number three, the third strongest essential oil to kill anything that it's on the skin that doesn't belong. And then thyme, and then celery. So have you noticed that we are eating all of these? At least they're making tea from lemongrass also. So why is that? Why do we use these plants as food? Because we need these terpenes, we need these constituents also to help the body to cleanse and to keep things at bay from within. So I was just thinking the other day, look at the Italians. They eat a lot of pasta, right? Pasta is carbs, dough, sugar. It turns to sugar, right? So they put oregano on the pizza. And look, oregano, number two, the strongest, second strongest essential oil to kill candida. And candida likes sugar, likes carb. So you see, I don't know, without even noticing, or I don't know how, intuitively, they started to eat all their pasta and pizza and dough with oregano to mitigate the damage that the candida can do inside their body. It's amazing if you think about the cuisine that developed in many countries, in many different cultures, that incorporate the medicine as a spice in the food. So when you learn about these things and you incorporate it in your daily diet, you will be much better off. You just have to know how to help your body to work better and to cleanse easy and fast. Because remember, any cleansing is uncomfortable, and we don't like that. And here we have a longer list of many things that you know, most of them. There are proven natural remedies to stop malassezia, rash, candida, athlete's foot, and nail fungus. What I want to emphasize here is about a few things that you may not know. First is andeselenic acid, which is made from castor oil. They take castor oil, they put it in a kiln in 400 degrees. It changes its chemical structure and it becomes andeselenic acid. Andeselenic acid is a miracle. It kills almost anything. And it is used for consumption and on many very, very antifungal creams and lotions. They sell now something against nail fungus that has 25% of andeselenic acid. You can look it up. And this is working. I'm using it in my formulas too. I'm now finishing to formulate something that will soothe and calm the skin, that can be used even as an aftershave also. It will be called My Skin Repair. So if you want a sample, get hold of me and I will send you a free sample to try it. It is not burning, it's calming, and it will absorb quickly, so you don't have any white color on the skin. You can apply it and go do whatever you need. So we have grapefruit seed extract, very strong. Turmeric, all the Far Eastern cultures eat turmeric. It's very healthy. It's anti-cancer. Anti-cancer, remember, anti-candida. Parasites are cancer, actually. They don't tell you that, but if you research and you will connect the dots, you will understand. Kill the parasites, you kill the cancer. Neem oil, pumpkin seeds. I love to eat it as it is. Ginger, you know the saying, if you eat ginger 1,000 years, you will live 1,000 years. Honey, licorice, vitamin C. This should be very big. Tea tree oil. It's not that strong. If you remember, it's not on the 5 of the strongest essential oils. So they sold it many years ago. Yeah, it works, but no, it's not that strong. Zinc is the big calming mineral or metal, any way you want to call it. Mothers are using zinc on babies, the baby's body, to prevent redness and allergic reaction, cleansing reaction, actually. Now, here's something that I want you to remember too. If you combine vinegar, any vinegar, salt, any kind of salt, and iodine, strong iodine, like 12%, I'm making 12 and 6%. If you need, you can order it from me on my website. If you combine these three, you can do it yourself at home. You will get a liquid that will do good for anything that you may have on the skin. Vinegar kills bacteria on touch. Salt is also very healthy, and iodine is helping to kill and to sanitize. And we need a lot of iodine, especially in our thyroid. So you can do it. This product that I'm making, My Clear Skin, has actually all of these plus many more. It has aloe vera and the D3. So you can buy it ready or you can do it yourself. Fermented food. Fermented foods are healthier than the food themselves before fermentation. Why? Because they produce the healthy gut bacteria, which is helping to do the good fighting that the body needs inside the digestion tract. Coconut oil is very good, but not on skin that is prone to malassezia. Remember, malassezia eats oil, and there is only 2 or 3 types of oil that malassezia cannot eat. One of them is MCT, which is you can trust any product, cosmetic product, skin product that based on MCT can be good for you. But a better one is caprylic acid, which is also oily acid. Malassezia cannot eat them. So my products are based on these two because I'm doing special things for people who are suffering from malassezia, and there are many in this world. So don't use coconut oil on skin that is prone to have malassezia, because it will eat it and thrive, and you will not know what's going on. Garlic. Garlic is unbelievably strong to kill almost anything. Some people are chewing a clove of raw garlic every day, or pickled garlic, and it's divine. It's a divine medicine. And here is something that maybe many of you didn't hear. This combination was offered by Dr. Hulda Clark. She was a doctor from Canada. She passed. She's not with us. And she came out with a combination that you can buy, I'm not selling it, of wormwood preparation, clove, which is very strong as well, and the sorry here for the typo, of black walnut, the hull of the black walnut. Oh, I wrote it twice. So you can get this as a tincture, and according to what she said in many of her books and videos, if you take this for a few days, it kills any fungus in the skin, inside the body, any candida, hence cancer. So I want you to know that, remember that, to research. It's 3 things, but some other companies are adding garlic and some other goodies, which is great. Okay, let's talk about another thing that our skin is showing us. Sometimes it's puffy, and we see dark circles like here. And also I want to mention edema, which is swelling of organs, the feet, and stuff like that. So whenever we see this, we know that we have a lymphatic congestion issue and circulation. So what can we do practically to fix that? We need much more rest, like a lot of hours of sleep and less stress. I know it's hard, but this is what we have to do. Less stress and strain, anxiety, and fatigue. This is causing this. I mean, many other things. So we can help ourselves really good with breathing hydrogen gas, and I also make the best hydrogen machines known on the market. So you can use a hydrogen gas mask, and the hydrogen will go inside through the skin as if there is no skin. The skin is not a barrier. The skin is a carrier, as you know by now, because everything you put on the skin goes into your blood system starting to get to the blood system within 30 seconds, very quickly. So you can use hydrogen eye mask. You can drink hydrogen water. You can breathe. You can use magnesium oil, something like this that I'm offering, which is helping you to calm down. Magnesium is used in every muscle to release the muscle, and calcium is used in the body to contract every muscle. So imagine your heart. Every heartbeat, the body uses calcium, magnesium, calcium, magnesium, calcium, magnesium. So the issue with most of us is we are very stressed and tensed. So we are always like, ah. So in order to release, we need the magnesium. So all of us, or most of us, are lacking the magnesium because we cannot relax. So the more you spray or you take a magnesium bath or Epsom salts bath, you get more magnesium going through your skin and relaxing you. People who know the Dead Sea, that visited the Dead Sea, know that the Dead Sea has 54% of magnesium in the composition of salts and minerals there. Once you go there, within 20 minutes, you go out, you're so full of magnesium, you just want to go to sleep. You don't care about anything. You're so relaxed. Like somebody gave you to drink a bucket of alcohol or something. So I'm using magnesium. It is very good to put it on the skin. Magnesium is salt also, and it kills anything that doesn't belong on a healthy skin. So it does many things for you. Many people spray it on the sole of their feet, salt, and they go to sleep. They keep it on the skin and it absorbed during the sleep. So you may want to look into that. Vitamin C, we know it's very important, but together with MSM, which is a sulfur mineral, makes the vitamin C and the MSM stronger. When you take them together, always together, if you take 1 gram of C, take 1 gram of MSM, the synergetic combination between them, it's unbelievable. So we know what the vitamin C does in general, right? But what does the MSM do? The sulfur is needed in the wall of every cell. And the more sulfur there is in the wall is more permeable. It lets nutrients come into the cell and toxins and the junk to go through the wall cell out. So you need MSM, you need the sulfur. There is no life without MSM. So the more you have MSM, the easier is it for the body to move things around, to push things around. So in order to accelerate your healing, accelerate any allergic reaction, which is cleansing operation, take a lot of MSM with the vitamin C, and you will see an acceleration of your healing. And you can buy even MSM cream, many creams that are working locally or where you need them to accelerate healing of a local area on the skin. You need quiet time, meditation if you want to do, and peace of mind. This will eliminate the puffiness and the dark circles. And remember, many people used to put cucumbers. Cucumbers are very medicinal. I mean, even the best cosmetic products, they are not much better than a cucumber and a tomato on your eyes, really. Green tea bags, which are lowering the swelling. Now, regarding edema, which is, let's say, swelling of the feet, um, it is known that during the summer, people suffer from swelling of the feet more than in the winter. And the reason is very simple. The body wants to cool down, so it sends more liquids towards the lower limbs in order to cool with a liquid, like a radiator cooling system. But if we sit too much in one position, so the circulation cannot work enough, and then there is an accumulation of liquids in the lower legs because it is too hot and the body is trying to cool things around. You see, in the winter, there is less or much less of this issue. So I just want you to know that it has to do with the temperature that the body is trying to operate and to keep itself cool enough. So remember the C and MSM always together. It will do wonders. You will not believe how good it is, this combination. Okay, now we will talk about detox signals and why is it so important to detox. So here's the big picture. Nature is so kind with us, with all life forms, that is offering us free work, free workers, free janitors, if you will, free cleaning workers. And they are all over. They are all over us, around us, over us, and inside of us. This is nature's gift to us. And here are two little nice fellows. This is a worm, and these are the fungi, the fungus. They are both parasites. And all they ask is if you have something for them to eat or to break down. The worms, by the way, even tapeworms and pinworms, they are not dangerous at all. All they feed is on dead and sick tissue. So imagine, let's say you eat, they are frightening us that if we eat uncooked pork or something, we may get flukes or worms or something. But this is how it works. The worm may come alive and ask, do you have anything for me? Do you have any sick or dead tissue that I can eat? If we don't have, the worm keeps on going through the digestion tract and goes out. They're just passing by us, through us, and nothing happens, and we don't know even. But look at our situation. We are full of toxins, full of junk, more and more and more and more. So we have a lot of accumulation of toxins in us. So when the Mr. Wormy comes and asks the body, do you have anything for me? The body says, sure, here, eat this, eat that. I have a pile of junk here, pile of junk there, suit yourself. So this is the only reason why they have something to eat, because we accumulate a lot of toxins. And same are all the fungi families. They come in, or they are on the skin, and they are asking the same question. Hey, we give free work. Do you need any work, Mr. Body? Do you have anything for me to eat, to break down? Maybe you ate some heavy metals. I like that. I can clean it for you. I'm your janitor, free. So this is how nature works. I want you to see the big picture. In order to keep us healthy, nature is offering us free janitorial work by worms and fungi, mostly. They are the janitors. So if our body has some crap or junk in it, they have what to eat. They will stay. They will eat and eat and eat. And this is the issue with the candida. Candida from yeast, if there is a lot to eat, it turns to be a fungus. It can change its shape. It's a shapeshifter. It's unbelievable what this candida can do. And it eats the accumulation of toxins that we accumulated for years, for decades, through all our life. If we didn't do, and I guess most of us don't do or didn't do good detoxing on an ongoing basis. So these guys, free workers, are coming in to help us. So the issue is that if there is too much toxicity, they have too much to eat, the candida, and they thrive, and they become too many. And if we don't know what to do, if we don't know how to keep them at bay, they will kill us, hence dying from cancer. So I want you to see the big picture. If we, let's say, if we would have a perfectly clean body without any toxins, any preservatives, heavy metals, whatever, anything, nothing will be offered to these guys, because everything is healthy, all the tissues are alive. So no need for them. They don't have anything to eat. They will go somewhere else. But we are full of junk. And we are accumulating every day in the water, in the air, in the clothing around us, whatever, the metals, the chemicals. So you see, they have a lot to eat. If they have a lot to eat, they thrive outside on the skin, hence candida infection on the skin, or malassezia infection on the skin, and inside. I mean, outside and inside. It's the same. Everything is connected. So here is the secret for your health. You have to take the two prongs approach. You have to detox while keeping your parasites at bay. We all have parasites. This is what nature is offering us. And they are for us, not against us. But we are doing a bad job for ourselves, accumulating all these toxins. So there will be a lot of parasites because they want to eat. This is what they feed on. You know, I've seen, my doctor showed me, they took beef, I mean, cows, and they grew them without any parasites. And then when they died, they checked their liver, and the cow's liver was full of crap, because the liver can accumulate a lot of toxins, tumors and cysts and stuff. And they took another cow that had tapeworms and special worms that live in animals, in livestock. And that liver of the animal that had the worms was fresh as new, as if the animal was born yesterday, shiny and healthy and smooth. Just to prove you the point, so you will understand that all these worms that we are so afraid of, they are our lifesavers if we know how to work with them, not against them. You see? So I don't see any issue with eating uncooked food or raw, because again, if there is nothing to eat, they will go through our system and we will not know even. But the bigger issue is the fungi, the candida. They thrive too much, too quickly, and if we don't know how to stop them, it's it's we kill them or they kill us. So in this presentation I just showed you before in the previous slides what you can do in order to keep these two at bay. So you keep the parasites at bay, but remember, you still have to detox, because if you don't detox, guess what? These guys will come again and ask, is there anything to eat? We are ready to eat for free. So you see, you have to take the two prongs, detox and keep the parasites at bay all the time. And this was known for thousands of years. It was in all the medical books. Every community had their natural anti-parasitic things that they produced from the plants, from the pine trees. And they never had cancer and many big issues, because they knew that they have to live together with the parasites. The parasites are nature gifts to keep us healthy, but not if we are over poisoned, if we have over accumulation that Nature did not design us to be so poisoned with so much accumulation of toxicity on the skin and inside the body. So we have to know what to do in order to detox and keep them working, but at a low pace, at a pace that our body can still cooperate with them without dying or suffering, you see. So going back to on the skin, so all the acne, rashes, itchiness, this means that there is a cleansing operation and toxins are exiting the skin, which is a good thing, but it's not comfortable for us. So how can we support? We are talking about practical solutions. We can use clays. Clays absorb from the skin toxins, so we can use clay masks on different parts of the body. The recommendation is to take the hottest bath we can take. You know what? Why? Because the heat causes the skin to sweat and to push out all the toxins. So this is why many cultures in North Europe do the saunas and the um, wet saunas in order to sweat a lot. So hot bath will do you very good, especially if you add some magnesium and good stuff that can help uh, to chelate the outside layer of the skin from heavy metals and things that doesn't belong in a healthy body. So sweating is good for detoxing. Hydration, of course, because you're losing a lot of liquids. Herbal teas is part of your hydration. It's like medicinal. Tea is a medicine. And if you know what teas to drink, you will be much healthier and you will enjoy the flavor too. Now, here is something that you need to remember. If you want today, you can stop the cleansing operation completely. But this is not what you want. You want the cleansing operation to keep going, but at a pace that you're comfortable with. So consider not to use suppressive creams, which are many of them on the market. Try to just to slow the process and to make the skin more calm, less itchy, less scratchy, until the process of that wave of cleansing operation will subside. Okay. So if you understand what the big picture is, this slide is maybe the one that will give you the most understanding about how nature works. So nature creates life, but we know that everything in life is temporary. I mean, everything that is alive today will one day die and will be broken down for another life form to emerge, right? So it's a chain, it's a cycle. So nature keeps the cycle by having an army of janitors that all they do is breaking down what is alive today in order to produce raw materials for the next cycle of life. So actually, Mr. Wormy and the fungi are always doing their job. Their job is to break down things and to eat dead and sick things. So guess what? When we are born, you see, we are already coated with the fungi on the skin, the Malassezia. What for, you may ask? In order to start the breaking down process. But if we don't know how to stop them from breaking us too early, we will die early. So you see, nature is creating life, and at the same time has a full armies to break down life. And this is always has been, and I think it always will be. So what I want you to take from this presentation, that it is what it is, and if you learn that how to live with it in peace, You will be much healthier, and you will understand how nature works, and you will work, make these parasites work for you instead against you. If you know how to control the pace of the parasite cleanse and to maintain your detox, you see. This is an amazing understanding that many people don't have. They are afraid of parasites. They're telling us that parasites are bad and we have to eliminate them, but we cannot. Nature will always bring more and more and more. These free workers, and they will ask, is there is anything to break down? So what you should tell them, not yet, I'm still alive, I intend to live another 50 years, there's nothing to eat here, and if there is very little. I will detox, make sure that there is not enough heavy metals and dead and sick tissues in myself. So I'm not a good restaurant for you. You can eat a little, go away, go to somebody else. You see, this is what I would like you to take away from this presentation, that parasites are a must in this cycle of life that we are living in. So we just have to know about it and to work with it. It's just like those cultures that live near a river where you have these piranha fish, the village people know exactly what time the piranha fish are hungry. So they don't go in the water when the fish are hungry. But once they ate, everybody goes into the water to bathe and cleanse. They learned how to eat, how to live with the cycle of nature. And this is what I'm offering us to consider and to take advantage of right now. So it's by design. Parasites are by design, and everybody has parasites, and it's okay. The only issue is to keep them at bay, not too many, because then they are a life threat to us. Eventually, when we will cross over, then all the parasites will break us down completely, but then we don't care. But we care as long as we are alive, that they will not break us down too soon. Let's talk about iodine. I don't know if you remember when we were kids, we were always had these dark purple liquid iodine on every wound, scratch, scrape. I remember I was covered every time I fell and hurt myself. But they stopped using it many, many years ago. They use a very low concentration of iodine, which is next to nothing. We need a lot of iodine. And by the way, there is no toxic limit. You can consume iodine as much as you want. It will never hurt you. There is no maximum limit. And we need a lot of it. For every cell in the body needs it. The thyroid needs it, which is a very important gland that is important of so many functions. So I advise you to consider to add iodine. Lugol iodine is the best because it has two types of iodine: the iodine crystals and iodide iodide. And a French chemist formulated this, and this is to honor his name, Lugol. His name was Lugol. I make it upon request. You can order it on my website. You have to give me a note because the powers that are ruling, they don't like us to use a high concentration of iodine. So you can buy on Amazon 2%, which is next to nothing, and sometimes 5%. I offer 6% and 12%, which you cannot get over the counter. So how to know if you have enough iodine or not? Again, you're using your skin as the detector. You take an iodine 6%, not more than 6, because then it's too concentrated, and you paint a patch, let's say here, where you can see it. Okay, you can paint a patch like a square inch with the swab, and you look at the clock and you count the hours. How many hours will pass until that patch of iodine will disappear completely? It will start to fade slowly. It will become kind of yellowish, brownish. It's still there, but you count until it disappears completely and you don't see anything. The longer the time that it takes for the patch to disappear, meaning to be absorbed into the skin, into your system, the better. If the skin is like sucking it down, that means that you are lacking a lot of iodine. And when you get iodine, there is instructions how much to take, how many milligrams in every drop, so you know how to do it. And you can test on yourself. You don't need to go to a doctor. You don't pay a penny, because you let your body show you the results, the test results, in the most accurate way. So paint a patch in a place that you can see. And by the way, if it drips and makes a stain, the best way to clean iodine is with vitamin C. You take a vitamin C powder or a capsule or a couplet, and you scrub with water. Any iodine stain, it will disappear in seconds, just so you know. If you don't have enough iodine, so the signs are tiredness, dry skin, hair issues, and brittle nails. I have a friend. He's a Canadian guy. He's a herbalist. His name is Tony Pantalaresco. I hope many of you know about him. He once was in a health show, and everybody asked him questions, and he was dying from tiredness. He was exhausted, and then he remembered, iodine. So he took like 20 grams over 10 hours. It's a lot. It's huge amount. The next day he was like a nuclear bomb. He had so much energy. So consider to add iodine if you need more energy. You're tired and have other issues as well, that deficiency signs. So remedies, you can add it in your diet, kelp, seaweed, but they don't have much. They have a little bit. You need much more than you may think. And then you can add Lugal iodine 12% drops in coffee or smoothie, because you never put it in your mouth undiluted. It's too strong. It will burn you. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but you don't want it. And take selenium in order to help the body to absorb iodine. So take them together. Add them to your supplements routine to make better use of the iodine that you consume. So how do you know that something is poisonous? Any plant or chemicals? Remember, you rub it against a sensitive area on your skin. So first you do on your arm, like the inside, let's say, of the elbow. It's pretty sensitive. You wait. If it's okay, then you rub it on your lips and you wait to see if there is going to be an allergic reaction. And if it's okay in both, you can eat it. So even if you get lost, I don't know, in the forest, survival scenario, and you don't know, well, you don't know all the plants, you test them by doing this, and you will never poison yourself. Maybe it's not so nutritional, but it will never hurt you if you don't have, if your skin doesn't show any allergic reaction, and your lips, which are part of the skin too. So these are your cues. It can be a lifesaver at times. Some of us are suffering from what we call vitiligo. These are the brighter patches on the skin. It can be on the hands, legs, everywhere on the body. It's not. It doesn't look so nice, let's say. And here are the reason. It's also from parasites. Remember, most of the diseases that we have are from parasites. But don't blame them. They just came to help. It's we that are so full with poisons and toxins, and they just came as an army of goodwill volunteers. We are willing to eat all your crap, but if they eat too quickly and thrive too quickly, then they can kill us. So it's not them, it's us. We are doing it to ourselves without knowing. So look what the way we are living. We are consuming poisons every day. So if anybody wants to harm us, he's using nature against us. All he needs to do is to make sure that we are accumulating a lot of poisons, and then nature will do it automatically, because they are all over the place, around us, in us, on our skin, asking, do you have anything to eat, sir, buddy? And we have. So they start to eat, and we don't like it because it's not comfortable, but it's to save our life, you see. So vitiligo is one of those things. The melanin, that's responsible of the color of the pigment of the skin. It reflects also how the oxidative stress in our body, how is our immune state and metabolism. And this can be fixed, although it takes kind of long time. You see this before and after. This is a few months of treatments. And the treatments are antioxidants. Remember, anything that can do deoxidation of the tissues can help. Hydrogen is the best substance in the known universe to reverse oxidation damage, because hydrogen likes to connect with what? With oxygen, right? Every water molecule is two H's, two atoms of hydrogen, and one atom of oxygen. H2, two H's and one O, H2O. So the hydrogen is like jumping, scavenging the oxidation. Oxidation is oxygen, oxidation. So it takes the oxygen molecules and combines with them and becomes a water molecule, which is more hydrating. See, hydrogen, hydration. And then we are deoxidating our system and our skin, and this starts to heal the melanin production on these areas, and the color of the skin comes back to before it was so damaged. So hydrogen gas, hydrogen water, the machines can make hydrogen water that you can rub on the skin, on wounds, on anything that you need to sanitize and to help. And then moderate sun, topical herbs, of course, curcumin, sandalwood are just a few. If you go back in the slides of all the essential oils, and you can do much better. MSM, remember, and vitamin C, MSM creams to accelerate the healing of that area that needs to be healed. And this is how you take care of vitiligo. Many people think that it's incurable, but it is. Okay, parasites pattern on the skin. So if you look at those photos, which you can identify, this is a foot, this is the eyelid, this is somewhere on the skin, toenail fungus. Fungus, remember, parasites? Fungus is a parasite. By the way, just to let you know, for a toenail fungus, if you take a fresh garlic clove, you mash it and you stick it in beneath the nails here where the fungus is, and you cover the whole thing with a bag, Ziploc bag or something. You, for a night, One night only. The next day, all the fungus will be dead and it will start to regrow. This is how strong garlic is. But you can do the same without that smell with this andeselenic acid. Remember, this is a godsend to cure, to eliminate a toenail fungus, which is next to impossible to get rid of. You know, in Hebrew, the word mushroom, which is a fungus, and the word get rid of is the same word. Just to tell you that it's kind of next to impossible to get rid of something. Here is on the inside of the hands. Here on the knees, you see these patches of the dry skin. These are all parasites, fungus. You just know what to put on these patches and it will be gone within very short time. Here is on the back. Here is behind the ear. See, all her head is full of dandruff. Dandruff is fungus, because of fungus. And remember, the skin is shedding the scales to get rid of a lot of malassezia. It's mostly on the scalp. So you can identify all these are parasites patterns. It's hard to believe, I know, because they never mention the name parasites even when we go to the doctor. But now you know much more than your doctor about the cycle of life, why parasites are even in nature, why so many, what their job is, and how we can live together with them in peace and have good, healthy, better life. So here is a rapid checklist for you. We are almost at the end. Read your skin and decode. Try to understand what's going on. If you need to do a patch test, do it. You don't have to, but if you are suspecting that something in a food, maybe there is a food that you eat and then you don't feel good, maybe it's not a full-blown allergy, but a little bit here, there, your stomach pains or something, do a patch test on your skin and you will know. Your skin will tell you, hey, this is not so good food for me. So do the interpretation, you do the thinking. I want you to become your own doctor and let nature show you the way. And then cleanse the skin, remember, from the sebum, the oils that are feeding the malassezia. Remove it on a daily basis. I'm using, it was in, let's see here, I want to show you something that I buy and I use it here. You see this? It's a toner that has alcohol. Why alcohol? Because alcohol dissolves fat much better with the toners that are not using alcohol. So I'm saying for people with oily skin, use the toner with alcohol. It will be much better for you. Okay, where are we here? So apply the remedies. You know, it can be creams, essential oils, whatever. I can help you with that. I can consult if you want. Hydrate the skin. By the way, hydration is not with water. This is a big mistake. You hydrate the skin with oils. But now, if your skin is prone to malassezia and you know that it feeds on most of the oils, remember, use only products that the base oil is MCT or capric acid, which is an oily acid. These are the best you can use. If you use coconut oil, so there is MCT in the coconut oil, but not all of the coconut oil is safe for you because the malassezia can eat some of the segments of the oil. So don't use it. Okay? So this is why I formulate all my sensitive skin products and to calm things and to take good care of the skin with these two things, MCT and caprylic capric acid. And then, of course, you have to detox. Remember the two prongs approach. You have to detox and keep the parasites at bay. Always detox, keep them at bay. Otherwise, you will not be healthy. There's no way you can be healthy. This is what you need to do, and you know that you don't hear this advice from your people who are supposed to give you that advice. So remember the two prongs approach to stay healthy. So you need to detox all the time, eat foods that are helping you to detox, use supplements that are helping you to detox, use hydrogen to detox, and to accelerate the pace of detoxing, and then keep the parasites at bay with in your diet, on your skin, with any treatment that you can do. You need to do both every day. Incorporate anti-parasitic herbs into your food. You know, eat the right food. That eat more oils, because candida, for example, cannot eat oil. It can only feed on sugars and carbs that turns to sugars. So the more oils and fats that you eat, hence the ketogenic diet, the better it is for you to keep the parasites at bay. You see, this is a very good diet, to consume more fats than carbs, because then you starve the candida. And remember, candida is cancer. Then you will have your goal, health and longevity, without seeing a doctor. And when you see a hospital, you will not know how it looks inside. You will only see how it looks from the road, from the highway. That's your rapid checklist to see how you can incorporate it into your life. You will be so much better. So we are closing. What's the takeaway? Our skin speaks constantly. It tells us so much information. So you can start small, you know, play with it, observe. Remember, you have to read, interpret, and respond. And trust your skin messages. It knows best, more than any doctor. It can tell you what's going on inside of you and outside on your skin. And I advise you to prefer natural interventions, meaning natural remedies, because they are much better. They don't have side effects. They are much stronger. If you just have to know how much to take, you have to become your own doctor. This is how it used to be until almost 150 years ago. Every household had a shelf, full cupboard with all the remedies that they prepared themselves, and they were fine. You know, you can buy those books. I bought this book with the, I don't know, 250 lost remedies. It's amazing information that you can do yourself, and it works. And last word of advice of any products, any cosmetic, anything, if you wouldn't eat it, don't put it on your skin. Because I told you, I made experiments when I developed my skincare. I put here some pointer that I could check on my blood. Here the skin is very thin, so I put it here, and I took blood samples here. Within 26 seconds, from here to here, I could start to see the beginning of that pointer that I put, so that I can trace it in my bloodstream. Remember, your skin is not a barrier. It's a sponge. It's a carrier. So whatever you put on your skin, at least 62% will go into your bloodstream rather quickly. So when you know that, you will know better what to do. So your skin can teach you so many things and guide you and tell you you're doing fine. No, you have to slow down. No, it's too much. It's too cold. It's too hot. you're not sleeping enough, you're too whatever tired, you have too much or too lack of something, you're restless, you need more magnesium, and so on. So this presentation was like the tip of the iceberg. I didn't go really deep. There are so many more things, but it will give you a good understanding, good start to see the bigger picture of what is health and how our skin can tell us so much to keep us healthy. So I hope you could take a lot from this condensed information for you. I will be available to help, because this is my mission, to help people with my inventions, formulas. This is what I love to do. And I thank you, Steve, so much for giving me the opportunity to present this information for so many people that don't have a clue of many of the things that we touched tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you for being here. And there was one question I was interested in too. They're asking about cholesterol.
Okay, here's the deal with cholesterol. I know I'm going to tell you something that you may not believe, but here is what I can tell you. My doctor, rest in peace, he researched the cholesterol. He had an Olympic athlete who won gold medals, and his cholesterol was so low, and whatever he did to raise his cholesterol level, he could not raise his cholesterol level. And on the other hand, he had an old man with cholesterol through the roof, 400 or something, and whatever my doctor did, he could not lower his cholesterol. I mean, without statins, which are poison. So it took him a few good years to understand, wait a minute, it doesn't matter, the cholesterol. It's another myth, another lie. Here, on one hand, you have an athlete that wins gold medals. He's in his super top shape of health with almost zero cholesterol, and the other guy lived to his 100 years or whatever with cholesterol through the roof high. So my take from this is, don't care. I don't care about my cholesterol. Besides, cholesterol is fat, right? You know that your brain is made from myelin. Myelin is a nice name of a cholesterol compound. So your brain is made from cholesterol and metals. This is known that people who stop eating fats because they are afraid to get fat, they don't get fat from the fats, they get fat from the sugars and the carbs. So people stop eating fat, thinking that it's not good. You know what happens to their brain? It shrinks, and they don't think right. So my advice to you, my 2 cents, the whole cholesterol is a lie, is a myth. You don't care. The more fat you eat, let me tell you another thing that I didn't mean to talk about it because it's not on the skin, but since you asked it, I will share it. Fat is the only tissue in the body that doesn't care if you've put poison in it. Listen, I will repeat because this is a life-saving information. Fat is the only tissue that if you put heavy metals, crap, chemicals, it doesn't care. And God, the creator and nature knows it. So you know how they used fat? They use it as a packaging material. Nature doesn't have Ziploc bag or plastic bags. Nature has fat. So whenever we eat poison or crap I don't know, the body takes some fat and encapsulating that poison makes a little package and neutralizing the poison that it will not cause damage on its way down the digestion tract until it's eliminated. We go to the bathroom, it goes out, we don't know. This is why Animals in nature, by the way, all the predators, when they kill an animal, you know what they eat first? The fat. And the hunters, with the bow and arrows, they watched what animals do, and they figured out very quickly that fat gives them energy. It's not like sugar, that you get a sugar spike and it goes up and down. How much energy and resources these hunters needed to run at the speed of the animal, and with the spears, to hurt it, to wound it, to kill it. So when they finally killed it, all the hunters could choose what to eat. They have the just killed animal. They copied nature again. They ate the fat first and the fatty organs. So the body is using the fat for three things. Fat is the best source of energy. It burns slowly, and you can, be in full power for a lot of time. Fat is used to store toxins. And now I want to connect the dots for you. Why do people get most of the cancers in the brain, the breasts, the liver, and the bone marrow? Most of the cancers, Steve. Why? Because these are fatty organs. And the body stores the poisons inside fatty organs, inside the fat of the fatty organs. You don't hear about cancer in the muscle because it doesn't have fat. So the body is wise. The body needs to deal with all the crap, with all the junk. So it dumps it in the fatty organs, and it accumulates and accumulates and accumulates until the body says, oh, I have so much crap. I need to segregate it to one place so it will not harm me. And what do we call these segregations, these collections of toxins? We call them tumors. But the body is calling it a desperate attempt to survive. So it gathers a lot of poisons, encapsulating them in fatty organ, let's say in the breast, hoping that one day the mister that owns the body will do some detox and get rid of some of the poisons, or let the parasite eat some of it without killing the body. So you don't want to get rid of the fat. My doctor said, whenever you go to eat something, make sure that you eat some fat with it. Why? Because if there is something crappy in the food, your body will use the fat as packaging material, you see, to encapsulate, to neutralize the poison. And then it will go through the digestion tract to elimination. If you don't eat enough fat, if you don't have the packaging material, the body will dump it and store it in its fatty organs, hence building you towards getting cancer. Of what is the definition of cancer? Do you know? The real definition of cancer is over accumulation of toxins, to the degree that the body says, hey, I cannot handle all of it. I cannot deal with this. I have to start to collect them in what we call tumors. So tumors are concentrations of toxins. And guess what the body does? The body sends the parasites, the free workers, the free janitors, to break down these tumors. This is why every tumor that was taken out from a patient, doesn't matter where, is completely white in color. You know why? Because Candida, the name Candida is two Latin words, candida, glowing white. All the tumors they have 64% of Candida fungus trying to break down that tumor.
Well, we'll have to have you back again to discuss this further because we're running out of time. And I want to remind you,
happy to share more of your knowledge.
Be sure to give Mike a thumbs up again, on the YouTube channel and everything. So they'll be sure to, let them have that. Anyway, I'd like to thank you again. Remind everyone to try to get signed up for our YouTube channel as a membership, or both as a subscriber, which is free, and a member, which really helps us out and get us through these rough times, and allows you to access all kinds of information. And we have a lot more I want to try to put on this winter here, especially after we move. So anyway, thank you all for coming, and hopefully I may see you next week. It depends on if we start moving, and when we move, I don't know what my schedule will be, but I will keep you informed through the emails. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all again next week.
Thank you very much, Steve.
Thank you.
Thank you all for helping to be healthier.